Hello and welcome to part 2 of my biggest build ever. If you skip to the end to see the progress, guess I'll see you there. But everyone else who wants to hear a little bit of the rambling about this build and see the actual progress, feel free to hang around. This part, number 2 that is, will start the creation of the characters of the build. Not all of them though in this single video. I mean, have you seen the length of it, or the title, or the thumbnail? I mean, come on guys. Anyway, this is more of PacMan. I've recently done a speed build of him and a couple of the ghosts, but this is a little bit different. This PacMan is a different PacMan, a different version of it at least, and it's 2 big ghosts instead of, I believe, 4 small ones. But anyway, as you might have seen by now, I've had a slight trouble with picking the right colors and actually placing the blocks correctly. In part 1, all I did was make the outlines of the characters and the insides were completely empty. So when placing, for example, the eyes of the ghosts, I made a few mistakes, and actually quite a few compared to the difficulty of this build. However, it doesn't really matter, the mistakes were easily fixed. It's not like there's a lot of detail that I had to take into account, because it's mainly just a flat area of coloring in, for example, for the eyes of the ghosts. But still, a few mistakes too many, but nonetheless it has been relatively easy. And apart from these few mistakes, everything went quite smoothly. But I did say I had trouble with picking the right colors. I kind of wanted to have texture that is close to a ghost's texture, if that makes any sense, which is either probably see-through or smooth. And I went for smooth. But then I also had to keep in mind, for example, for the red ghost, as there is, maybe as you've seen, a Mario in this build. Mario also uses red, even though it's more clothing and more wool-like, which I'll get back to whenever I finish Mario. I still had to pay a little bit of attention on the actual color and how it looks compared to Mario, because, you know, they're both red. In the reference image, the reds are kind of similar, yada yada yada, have a limited amount of reds, blah 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 blah. But, yeah, that pretty much all has to be taken into consideration. And also trying to keep the texture quote-unquote right. A little bit tricky, slightly tricky, but not too difficult nonetheless. Yeah, and apart from these small mistakes, seeing the progress in this massive 342,000 block build feels very good. I mean, every set of characters, or every single character that I finish, brings me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to... Anyway, it brings me one step closer to the end of the project, which is always nice to see. So you actually can see the end closing. No matter how long I still have to go, you can obviously see that you're progressing, which is always nice. Anyway, that's enough rambling for me for now. I hope you'll enjoy the rest of the build, however long there may be left of it. And yeah, thank you for hanging out, listening to my rambling and whatever. And I'll see you at the end. Enjoy the music, and until then. And I guess that is it. Welcome to the end of the build. If you just skipped it, or made it, either way, I hope you enjoyed the progress and that you like where this entire project is going. And I appreciate you checking out the video. If you'd like to keep up to date with the project, or future or previous projects, feel free to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, like it, all of this stuff. I don't do what you please. And yeah, I hope I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, my dudes. Until then.